In the top stories, Nigerian Technical Aid Corps delegation pays courtesy call on Cabinet of St. Christopher and Nevis. Guyana to issue $50,000 grant to every citizen living with a disability, and Putin wraps up India visit, promises uninterrupted Russian fuel and boost in trade. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Friday, the 5th of December, and I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene. A delegation from the Nigerian Technical Aid Corps, NTAC, led by the Right Honorable Buba Yusuf Yakubu, Director General, along with Mr. Zakari Usman, Director of Programs, and Her Excellency Ambassador Sarah Isong, Chargé d'Affaires at the Embassy of Nigeria in Havana, paid a courtesy call on the Cabinet of St. Christopher and Nevis this week. NTAC, an agency of the federal government of Nigeria, established in 1985, supports developing nations by deploying highly trained volunteer professionals across critical sectors. Over the years, the Corps has sent more than 2,500 experts to African and Caribbean states, including St. Kitts and Nevis, and during their meeting with Cabinet, NTAC reaffirmed its commitment to strengthen cooperation with the Federation, with plans to deploy experts in health and education who will help bridge skills gaps and support national development. This partnership forms part of a wider South-South cooperation effort and aligns closely with the government's vision for human resource development and improved service delivery across the Sustainable Island State agenda. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is proud to announce that 12 additional police recruits were officially sworn in on the 2nd of December at the Police Training School on St. Kitts. This marks the second cohort in just 1 month following the swearing in of another 12 recruits on the 2nd of November. Their continued intake reflects the force's ongoing commitment to strengthening manpower, improving operational readiness, and enhancing service to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. The recruits took their oath before Deputy Commissioner of Police Cromwell Henry, who encouraged them to embrace discipline, integrity, and excellence as they begin their policing journey. Also in attendance were force personnel, Officer Ursa Carey, Assistant Commissioners of Police James Francis and Travis Rogers, and the Training School Commander Superintendent Reynald Myers. On West Indies under-19 cricketer Kunal Tilokani recently returned home to St. Kitts following a successful outing with the West Indies under-19 team in their series against the England under-19s. The West Indies team won the 7-match one-day series by 5 games to 2 as they prepare for the 2026 Youth World Cup. Speaking to St. Kitts Cricket Association media, the young cricketer shared his thoughts on the series and his goals for the year ahead.
Congratulations, man. Tell me, what was the experience like with the West Indies under-19 for you?
I mean, it's the start of a new journey for me. So it's just a learning process, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity, and I'm just excited for what's to come next.
You know, you guys also won the series. Tell me about that feeling winning the series against a competitive team.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, and it's just about World Cup preparation, and I feel like we bond great as a team. We have good chemistry, and I feel like we have a great chance on going into the World Cup and doing well.
What are your goals after this experience? I'm sure you are hyped out and confident of making the World Cup team. I'm sure.
I mean, I can't tell. It depends on the selection, but I'll be really glad to see my name on that team.
You know, and how do you feel about what you were able to do for the team? Your performance in contributing to the team victory.
I mean, it's just for me to just perform and do my role, bat or bowl or field, and
How do you feel about your year?
My year?
Yeah.
It's been a very challenging year. A lot of cricket being played, and I feel like next year I could do better, improve my fitness, and just play more cricket.
And now for a look at news on the regional scene. Guyana's head of state unveiled what he called a defining national moment for disability support. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali announced that every citizen living with a disability will receive a one-off 50,000 Guyana dollars cash grant before this month ends. The intervention, which totals $1.4 billion, will support more than 27 individuals nationwide. The announcement was made at the railway courtyard in Georgetown during a national observance focused on dignity and inclusion, organized by the Office of the President in partnership with the Office of the First Lady. On the international scene, President Vladimir Putin has wrapped up a two-day visit to India, strengthening energy and trade ties with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Russia's Putin promised what he called uninterrupted fuel shipments to India, even as the country faces a 25% tariff from the United States for buying Russian oil. Both leaders say they want to push bilateral trade from $60 billion to $100 billion in the coming years. Russia is also building India's largest nuclear power plant at Kudankulam. One of the 6 reactors are already connected to the grid, with the rest under construction. The two sides agreed to expand the cooperation into small modular reactors, shipbuilding, civil nuclear energy, and critical minerals. On the war in Ukraine, Modi repeated that India stands for peace, while Putin insisted that Ukraine must withdraw from the Donbas region or Russia will seize it. Putin also launched a new Kremlin-backed television channel, RT India, while India announced 2 new consulates in Russia to deepen ties. Despite expectations, no major defense deals were announced. Opposition politicians questioned why Congress leader Rahul Gandhi was not allowed to meet Putin, but the government says no such meeting is required by protocol. Putin leaves New Delhi tonight after final meetings and the 21-gun salute earlier in the day. We now take a look at the weather. Present weather across St. Kitts and Nevis is partly cloudy skies with showers in the vicinity. Winds a gentle breeze of 10 miles per hour from an easterly direction. Seas are 1.2 to 2.1 meters or 4 to 7 feet, with swells reaching 1.5 meters or 5 feet. Therefore, a high surf advisory remains in effect. The weather forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis: partly sunny with a 40% or a moderate chance of showers. Weather tonight: partly cloudy with a 50% or a moderate chance of showers. Sunset this evening will be at approximately 5:35, and sunrise tomorrow morning is set for around 6:30. That brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.